President Bush takes off on a trip to the Middle East tomorrow, but today he visits Chicago. NIU students are seeking normalcy after returning to class for the first time since the shootings. Dean Richards is here with highlights from the Oscars. Good morning. Glad to have you in early with us.
Good to be here.
Well, if you happen to have a gift card in your wallet, you may want to use it or risk losing it. And that's because a growing number of retailers are filing for bankruptcy or going out of business. Good morning, everyone. I'm Valerie Warner. Let's check in with Paul for a quick look at the weather. Well, spring a little early.
How about it?
An American spokesman for al-Qaeda is urging terrorists in the Middle East to meet President Bush with bombs and booby-trapped cars when he visits the Middle East this week. Well, fog here in Chicago and bad weather in other parts of the country caused some problems over the weekend at O'Hare and Midway airports. At O'Hare, more than 200 flights were canceled yesterday, and delays were averaging about an hour. Things are better at Midway, where just a few flights were delayed. It's back to normal, though, this morning, with most flights leaving on time from both airports. Well, as the clock winds down towards tomorrow's New Hampshire primary, a new poll shows surging leads for Barack Obama and John McCain. According to USA Today, Senator Obama now has a 13-point lead over Hillary Clinton. So far, so good on the... What did you call me?
I called you Anna, but I meant Val. I was looking
last week, you called me Marcella, you called me Erin.
I'll teach you to be gone for so long.
Jeez. Well, it is the middle of January, but it definitely feels more like spring here in Chicago. Yesterday, temperatures broke a 100-year-old record, and it could happen again today, as we just heard from Paul. WGN's Julian Cruz is live on the lakefront. Good morning, everyone. I'm Valerie Warner. There are a few school closings and delays already. You'll see those on the bottom of your screen. But first, let's check in with Paul for the latest on the snow. Hi, Paul. The New York Philharmonic Orchestra made history this morning by performing in North Korea, in a country where music is tightly controlled. In other news this morning, police in Tinley Park have released more excerpts of a 911 call from the Lane Bryant store where 5 women were murdered February 2nd. Now, it's hard to make out any words because the audio is cut into small snippets, all from the killer. But police hope someone will recognize the killer's voice. A woman from Tinley Park goes to court today to face charges in a car crash that killed a little boy. Police say Noreen Hession crossed into oncoming traffic on 159th Street Friday evening and hit several vehicles. 2 men staged a late-night holdup at the Hilton Chicago Hotel. WGN's Amy Rutledge is live at the scene on South Michigan Avenue with more details on this. Good morning, Amy. The missing elderly man was found dead less than 2 blocks from his home. Chicago police found Jesse Harris dead near 79th and Bell last night. The chief of Cook County Hospital is accused of wasting county money. The Sun-Times reports Dr. Robert Simon drives his county-issued car to visit his family in Michigan on the weekends. He says he pays for the car's maintenance and that he's in the process of reimbursing the county for the gas. County President Todd Stroger defended Simon, saying he does the job at the expense of his family, but critics say this is a waste of money. We have an accident on the northbound tri-state at the Thornton Quarry. It's on the shoulder. Police are on the scene as well. We'll talk about travel times coming up in a full report. Today, Chicago public school officials will announce plans to reduce the student dropout rate. A recent study shows that nearly half of all freshmen drop out of Chicago schools by their senior year. Black ice caused several crashes in Orland Park last night. A few accidents happened on the same stretch of Wolf Road. A former beauty pageant winner is suing several prison guards at the Dwight Correctional Center for sexually assaulting her. The plaintiff is identified only as Jane Doe. In 2005, she went to prison for passing bad checks. Well, if you want a shot at actually winning a Powerball jackpot, your best bet may be to get your ticket in Indiana. As a former political fundraiser goes on trial for influence peddling, 2 of his prominent friends are trying to distance themselves from him.